Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy new year. It's 2021 finally. A lot of people have been like, we could probably breathe a little bit, but unfortunately some of the things of 2020 are going to come over into 2021 if we don't make any changes. But for me, I'm going to be doing a bit of a recap of 2020, talk about things that I would definitely be leaving in 2020 and things that I'm definitely going to be implementing in the new year. So stay tuned, relax, get a cup of tea, chill with me, and let's get into this today. 2020. No, 2020 was filled with loads of memories, but memories that some of them I'll rather forget, some of them I wish never happened, but some of them I'm very grateful happened at the same time. Overall, actually, everything that happened, you know what? It was a year of change. It was a year that changed how we saw things, changed how we view things, led to loads of confidence in standing up for what we believed in. I'll start off like my 2020 started off with me thinking I was going to travel around the world, not mainly around the world, but a lot of I was going to have a few trips to, actually I was going to do a few European countries, a few African countries, and one Asian country this year, but everything obviously didn't go according to plan. I managed to travel in January and February before COVID actually like kicked in its entirety. So I went to Milan in January. That was a nice day trip with a travel group that I travel with called Travel Eat Slay. Shout out to the girl Caroline. She planned some amazing trips. So if you're in London and once COVID has eased on us a little bit, and you want to join this travel group, check them out on Instagram. In February I went to Nigeria because it was the first year anniversary of my nan passing away. Love her to bits. And I had like quite a relaxing, like chilled holiday. It wasn't one where I was rushing around to do anything. It was one of relaxation and meditation and thinking, and it was great. And then roll on March comes COVID, and literally everything happened so quickly. Work patterns changed, everything changed. But I actually felt ill in that period of time. Between March and April, lost a colleague to COVID that I was actually quite close to. It was just really, it was one of those ones that you're like, oh my god, that could it get any worse? Initially working at home was fine, and then after a while it kind of became a bit lonely. Like, I'm used to interacting with people all the time. I was not really feeling all the Zoom meetings anymore. I wanted to actually sit down in the room and argue with people and change things and review things together, but all of that was like a thing of the past, I guess. It wasn't just happening, but slowly and surely got used to it, created a bit of a routine where I did my exercise in the morning, then jumped on my laptop, then did like phone calls to people that I cared about, and like people just generally like checking up on other people's welfare and people checking up on me as well. It was actually quite nice. Surprisingly, I thought that eating like properly when you're at home all the time was going to be really hard, but I found it really easy, and I think that was because I literally still used to do my meal prep, so I just used to pop it in the microwave, come back and sit down. The only bad thing of working at home is the fact that sometimes you get carried away, you forget the time, so there's no start and stop. It's just like go, and before you know it, it's like 11 o'clock at night and you're still by your laptop and that kind of stuff. But you know what, I'm not complaining, because there were loads of people who lost jobs in the process, but God being faithful, a lot of people I know that lost jobs were able to get something. And yeah, and at that point in time, me being able to continuously work was a blessing, and I'm grateful for that. Consequently, in the midst of the lockdown, I started my YouTube channel. Yay! I started actually uploading in May, and it's been a very fun ride so far. I contemplated doing this for the longest, and I think that just having that extra bit of time propelled me to actually be like, just do it. And it's been a crazy journey, because there's some days I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what to upload. I would have done like plans of stuff I was going to talk about, and then I'm like, I don't think this is a good topic, and then I doubted myself, and then there'll be times where I'm feeling really pumped, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to enjoy doing this content, all that kind of stuff. And you know what, overall I've been really grateful, and the feedback I've got from people has been positive. I've got loads of constructive feedback in which I could improve on. From when I first started doing the haul, a lot of people were like, oh, we want to see the full outfit, so I got another lens that I can use to do that. I actually changed my camera in the midst of this as well, so it's a case of like learning and getting better, and it's been a fun journey so far doing that. And I wanted to literally use this opportunity to say thank you for embracing me, for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Yeah, it's been cool. I really did think that, oh my god, like, would people really keep watching? And then I used to look at the numbers sometimes. I'm like, oh my god, no one's gonna like this one, not gonna like that one. But you know what, now I don't worry about it. I just know that if I'm being true to myself, the right people would connect. That's just what it is. Like, the people that are interested in the things I'm interested in, and that they would just gravitate to it. So yeah, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to continue to make content for you as part of 2020. In the midst of 2020, I turned 30. I was a bit nervous because of the lockdown that we were initially under, but then it got eased literally in time for my birthday. So as opposed to doing the big haul party that I wanted to do, I converted my living room into a sit down thing, which I'd envisioned for a while. And that was an amazing day. I literally couldn't have asked for anything more. Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. Then we moved on to going back into lockdown again. But again, we had the tiering system, so some places were opened. It wasn't as strict as the first one. I really did want to travel, but I was obviously trying to be cautious, so I went to Bath and I vlogged that. That was really fun to do as well. It actually made me be open to traveling within the UK. Really crazy. I've lived in the UK for most of my life, and I never really traveled around the UK, and obviously the corona stuff led to me wanting to explore that, just so that I didn't have to go on a flight and that kind of stuff. So yes, that's one of the things from 2020. Then we were in lockdown again, working from home, getting loads of like messages about us to people getting COVID and all that kind of stuff, and just being cautious when we're going out, cleaning surfaces, all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure everyone has gone through that. The mental turmoil of the uncertainty that came with COVID was another thing that made 2020 very hard. 2020 saw protests across the world where race was definitely addressed, and that was a really progressive thing to see, because certainly asserting inequalities and that were obviously things that we knew about and things that weren't really addressed. And I was glad that that conversation became a normal conversation. It wasn't an awkward one anymore. 2020 also saw the protests in my home country, Nigeria, saying the end of SARS. I talked about my personal story. I kept up to date with what was going on, and I'm still keeping up to date with the fact that a lot of the things that we've demanded for changes are not still quite there. And I am looking forward to how the Nigerian youth are going to rally again, to obviously continue to push the agenda of making it a better country with no police brutality, with better governance and all that kind of stuff. 2020 led to Christmas at home. And that was amazing. Like, I was not having to rush around to go to someone's house and all that kind of stuff. It made me feel really grown up. 2020 actually led to me getting my professional qualification as well in HR. I've been working in HR for a while, and I was like kept procrastinating doing that, but I got to do that as well this year. This year has actually been a lot. Like, I didn't actually realize I'd done that much this year. Yeah, it's been a good year so far. I can't even lie. Been challenging, a lot more mentally challenging, physically challenging as well, because I've carried on with the weight loss and tried to take you guys along the journey. I still have a way to go, and I'm still working, still grinding. I'm sure you guys saw the video of me trying to become a little Anthony Joshua or Abby Joshua. I'm just joking. Abby Mayweather, whatever, you know what I mean. So still keeping that up and looking forward to how that is going to progress in 2021. 2020 also led to the fact that churches weren't happening as normal, and it also changed some level of my walk with God, because there was a very distinct realization that my walk with God was not dependent on a person, was not dependent on a building. It was dependent on me and God, me going to him as my father, me spending time with him, me reading his word. And it also led to me addressing some of the church norms that we had been instilled with, and knowing that some of it is actually nonsense. That's just the truth. It's not biblical, it's nonsense, it's tradition, it's doctrines that people have imposed on us. And this led to us actually, or led to me anyway, actually questioning some of that. Like, there's only so much church can do for you. So it's a case of, are you building you are the church. There's only so much going to a building can do for you. And this year was really that test of like, where are you standing with God for real? And actually I'm going to actually do a whole video talking about all churched out, because I think that that's a very, very pivotal part of my 2020 and some of the things I'm going to be taking to 2021. So anyway, that was a very, 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 very long recap. Longer than I anticipated. But yeah, 2020 also meant that my business was really slow in terms of makeup, because you weren't doing as many, like a lot of things were cancelled, some of the weddings, parties and all that kind of stuff. But notwithstanding, it's looking like 2021's diary is looking chunky already. But we'll see how Auntie Rona like reacts, for us to know how obviously 2021 will be in that respect. Well, all of that being said, what am I taking into 2021? I am taking the positive outlook that I've already had and continue to display in 2020, despite all the ups, downs, everything, because I realized that my happiness is determined by me. It's not determined by what's going on around me. It's just determined by my outlook to stuff, and knowing the fact that, you know what, things may not go how I want them to go, but knowing the fact that everything falls into place at the right time is the thing that keeps me grounded and keeps me positive, knowing that, you know what, greater things ahead, and I'm going to enjoy the now. So one of the things I'm definitely going to be taking as well is enjoying the now, like enjoying right now, because a lot of the times I used to definitely wait for something grand to happen. I used to definitely be of the school of thought that something major has to happen for me to do this, and major has to happen for me to do that. But now it's like, you know what, as long as you're being balanced, you can enjoy the now and also plan for the future. On that note, 2020 led to me starting a lot of investments. So we had Natalie and Fola come onto the channel talking about money matters. That was my favorite series, to be fair, because trust me, money matters, and 2020 has shown us that if you don't make adequate plans for your finances, sometimes it would come back and bite you. And that's just the reality of it. So therefore, your emergency funds, your investments, your savings, your budgets, all of that matter, and I am carrying that on my head to the new year. Okay, so I've done my budgets actually for the new year, and I'm actually really excited as to some of the investments that I plan to do. And yeah, it's looking bright. It's looking bright. And the thing I've then taken on board in terms of that is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So planning is absolutely key. And it's not necessarily the fact that everything is going to be like boom, 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 boom. Things happen. But if you don't have anything in place, it means that you're just like a shaft just moving with the wind. So make some level of plans and be adaptable, where you could change those plans if needed, but there's something that's in place. You're not just letting things just happen for the sake of it, you know? So that's definitely financial literacy. So continuing to learn what to invest in, when to invest, is definitely one of the things for 2021, because financial freedom in the black community is a must. 2021, I am definitely going to be keeping up with my fitness. I will be taking you more on a personal journey in light of that, because like this journey that I started is going to be a lifestyle. I actually started binge watching on bodybuilding the other day. No, I'm not going to be a bodybuilder, but it's actually really fascinating. It just shows how much dedication, discipline that a person can have, and that was, to me, was motivation to keep going. So literally, even Boxing Day, we were in the park working out, and I have to do a big shout out to one of my gym sisters, Fitness with Blessing. Follow her on Instagram. She's absolutely amazing. So she saw me struggling to try and get weights in my house, like try and get some weights because the gyms are closed again. And she literally came and dropped some weights in my house to support your girl's hustle to get her back looking right. Like, if that's not love, I don't know what is. So yes, shout out to my girl. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful, because you know you made me cry when I didn't ask for it, but you literally just called me out of the blue and told me that. That really touched me. So thank you, mama. So definitely fitness in 2021. Let's do this. 2021 is gonna mean I'm gonna carry on doing YouTube, God willing. It's gonna see me growing more in my faith. It's gonna see me growing more in my professional life, alongside in my business. So this is obviously this year with Auntie Rona doing her thing has kind of like changed some of the strategies as to what I'm doing as a business person, and I'm so excited to share with you as the year goes on some of the exciting new things that are going to be launched as a result. And you know what, 2020 is a year where self-care is going to continue to be the top on the list. Self-love is going to be something on the top of the list. Being self-aware, like, bruh. I literally did not realize how many people were not self-aware of some of the things that they do and how that rubs off on other people. Trust me, I was one of those people. I used to just feel like, that's just me kind of thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But spending time with yourself, because Auntie Verena locked you in, meant that you got to confront some of those parts of you that you knew, hey, chai, I need to change that part. And it's been so amazing to see those parts and to continue to work in them and to continue to look after my mental well-being. And if that means that certain people had to exit and certain people had to come in, so be it. Like, being open to all the changes that life is bringing and the changes that God has orchestrated is something that I'm definitely going to be embracing more in 2021, because I think I was I don't really like change too much. So I definitely I'm learning to embrace change. Change is not my enemy. Change is not a bad thing. Change is a constant thing. And you know what, in 2021, whatever changes that you've had as a person for your growth is a time to just live it in its fullness in 2021. And I'm so looking forward to everything that is gonna come. And I know that everything that comes, both good and bad, is gonna make me stronger, and that's exactly how I want you guys to feel. So tell me what you guys have done. I've not done no new year, new me, because it's new year, same me, better version. That's literally what it is. It's about improving who I am, not changing who I am. So yes, what are you guys doing for the new year? Are you doing a new year resolution? Are you doing a list of things you want to achieve? Are you doing budgets of what you want to achieve? What is it? But whatever you're doing, however you choose to do it, how I see it is, as long as it's making you the better version of yourself, that's all you need, because that's exactly what I plan to do this new year. So thank you so much for recapping 2020 with me and looking forward to 2021. I pray that you all have a blessed day and a fantastic year ahead, Rona or not. Pieces. Bye guys. Oh, like, share, comment, subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Your girls' subscription numbers need to be moving.